Okay, so this is Jamie. This is my third lesson with Jamie. We're just going to get started.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a seat?
Thank you.
Remember how to sit properly?
Just about,
Yep.
yeah.
So you want to sit so your feet are level, you don't feel like you're twisting or anything. The worst thing you can do is twist your back to lean towards a hi-hat or anything.
Okay.
You can move anything on a drum kit so you fit it completely to you. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
6. Yeah, you look pretty good. You look pretty even. So, remember fork and knife. Bring your fingers in
Yeah.
and keep your palms down.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty natural. Can you remember what we did last week?
Yeah, the rock groove with the bass drum on the and 3 and 3 hand.
Yeah. Do you want to show me what you can remember?
Sure. Yeah.
Go for it. Cool. Yeah, that was really good. It sounds like you've actually practiced that well with the metronome. Because last week you were speeding up and you got to a tempo. It's much easier to do fast than it is to do slow.
Yeah.
Because when you start doing it slow, your head starts thinking about it. That was really good. So I'm going to pick up on a couple of things. Just one was you didn't count out loud, which you always do last week.
Yeah.
Just because that's such a good habit to get into. Because I struggle with it now, and it really, really helps when you're learning harder stuff.
Uh-huh.
2 was your posture, which is another thing I never got picked up
Alright.
on.
Okay.
I'll just quickly show you. Because it's hard to tell when you're playing. So you sat down, you sat comfortably, you sat up like that, and then you played and you did that. Which is what I did as well. It's natural to go down towards the snare drum and look where you're going.
Okay.
But I had a lot of trouble with my back and stuff when I was younger.
Right.
So just be cautious of sort of sitting upright. You don't need to be bolt upright, just sort of think you're playing a gig and you're playing towards the audience. You don't want to be like this, you want to be up to them. Okay, the other thing was weighting. And that's the one thing that like differentiates a beginner to someone who's a bit more advanced. So a beginner like yourself just did, you play everything sort of really hard. You don't think about how hard you're playing things. So maybe like type thing. Whereas if you really think about it, what I tend to do is your backbeats are your 1 and 2. You're going boom, ga, boom, boom, ga. Yeah. So you want them to be loud, but I tend to try and keep my hi-hat quiet.
Okay.
So it's quite hard to start with. So a little exercise I do anyway, which you can try just now, is try and play the whole groove for 4 bars. So the first bar you play the bass drum loud and nothing else. Second bar you play the snare drum loud for nothing else.
Okay.
Third bar you play the hi-hat loud and nothing else. And then the fourth bar you do the bass drum and the snare drum and the hi-hat quiet. Yeah?
Right.
So it just separates your limbs, which is the big thing in drums. You need to have independence between your limbs. So I'll just give you a quick demonstration. So 3, 4. See what I mean? So see how that last beat sounded? So you get more power behind it, you're getting big, especially when you're learning rock, that's what you want.
Yeah.
So just to be aware of how hard you're hitting things. So only just try that. You don't need to go through the exercise, that's something you can practice.
Yeah.
But just try and play the beat, but be cautious of keeping this a bit quieter, your bass drum and snare drum a bit louder.
Okay. Back straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels
So
better.
you don't think that just sounds much bigger and
Yeah.
much stronger. Cool, that's really good. So we don't really need to work on that, so I'm going to move you on.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a beat which uses, it's the same sort of thing because you use the bass drum, the 3 and the and 3 thing again, but it's a bit harder because you don't play as many notes,
Right.
so it's a bit more space. So I'll quickly demonstrate it to you. So I'll play it through, then I'll explain it to you and then we can learn it. So. Yeah? So it's basically the same as, but you're moving, you're not playing the first beat. So you're not playing on the 1, the 3, the 2, the 3 and the 4.
Okay.
You're playing on the ands and the hi-hats now.
Right.
So you're just dropping them out basically. So the best way to teach this is to learn it in phrases. So I always started was kick, right, left, right. So that's your 1 and 2 and. So 1 and 2. Yeah.
Okay.
1 and. Can you have a sit down? Just try that for me. Remember your posture. So there you go. Not so it's not uncomfortable, just so you're not down. Yeah. And count out with it.
1 and 2 and.
Yeah. Just try and keep every note as even as possible. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. There you go. Cool. So what you did there, because I got you to loop that, you played the other half of the bar. Because the other half is the exact same.
Alright.
So just count that through, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. So now we're going to apply the same thing we did with the basic rock beat with the 3 and the and 3. But I'll just show you because it gets a little bit tricky because it becomes non-linear. This before was linear, which means no two things hit at the same time.
Okay.
So obviously you've got alone, 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 alone. Yeah. But now because you're doing double bass drums, it's going to, because there's a beat on every beat. If that makes sense, you're going to hit something.
Right.
So we'll do and 3 first. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. So you get and 3.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. And then when you get 3 and, you get 3 and 3 and. Sorry. 3 and. So I'll play it slowly through and you can watch the feet in the right hand because that's the bit that you need to watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you get and 3. So that might be something to practice on its own actually. And 3, and then the 3 and. So what guys do is you just practice and 3 a couple of times, and then just play the bar with just and 3. So. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, but take it really slow. Just get it every note really even. That's important with that because there's a lot of space in this groove. You need to have everything even.
So it's. Or is it? Sorry.
1 and 2 and 3. So it's bass drum and hi-hat and then bass drum alone.
Okay.
Yeah. So and 3. That's another thing we all drummers always struggle with to start with is getting your bass drum in your right hand at the exact same time.
Yeah.
There you go. That's good. Ah, you're ready with 3 and there.
Yeah. Let's play the groove normally.
Yes. Just take it slower, take it slower. And 3. There you go. Give it a few seconds. And 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Oh, that was nice, that was good. That's a bit more advanced. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Just take it really slowly, really slowly.
Sorry, just remind me again. It's
yeah, so and 3, yeah. You were going over because you're concentrating, you kind of came back up again. Exactly. Right, so now try 3 and it'll be difficult for you because you're so used to and 3. So now it's bass drum and then together bass drum alone. There you go. I think that's the more natural one, it's the easier one to do. Ah, there you go. Just count out again, you'll hear the 3 and. So 3 and. Just play that bit over on the phone. There you go, just keep that going again. Just a couple times. Yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Almost. 3 and. So remember, 3 and. Right, see what we'll do. So you get that bit together, so you get. I'll jump on, sorry, I'll just quickly show you. So you've got 3 and. So I'll what to do is once you get that, so you practice it a couple times. 3 and. 3 and then we'll just finish the bar. So after that you get 4 and. So left, right.
Alright.
So we get 3 and 3 and. Yeah. 3 and. And then you're kind of building up the groove around it. So that's like isolating the bit that's difficult. So the 3 and then you need to think, right, I can play that, so what comes right after it?
Yeah.
Because there's always a beat right after
Yeah.
it. So 3 and 2. So you go 3 and then 4 and, yeah.
Okay.
So just try 3 and on its own. So dun 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 dun. Yeah, so I think you've got that. So try putting the snare drum afterwards then. So just do 3 and 4. There you go. So keep that tight together. Yeah.
Hang on.
That's alright, just take it slowly, take it slowly. There you go. See how much easier it becomes when you take it slowly?
Yeah. So it's.
There you go. Now do that pace but play the whole beat.
That's
3
off, isn't it?
and there you go. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, that's off.
Yeah, that's alright. 3 and. There you go, that's it.
Yeah,
Almost
play that
3
also.
and.
Why am I playing that in there?
Sorry, just keep it really slow, keep it really slowly.
1.
There you go. There you go. Just try that again. That's it.
Almost.
See, it's difficult, it's hard.
Thinking
But-
about it too much. for
Right,
it
so
to go
that,
smooth.
that's definitely something to practice though.
Yeah.
Because once you get the feel of that, once it's in your muscle memory, once you've done it a couple of times, you just do it without thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so for the purpose of the lesson, I'm going to just take it back a little bit. So we'll just do the 1 and the 3 on the bass drum. That's definitely something to practice for next week. So we'll just go back to 1, 2, and. It's good. Cool. We're going to teach you a fill today, and it's going to use a rudiment which is used a lot. Remember I was talking about rudiments last week,
Yeah.
so you know where they are and stuff. It's called a flam. So flams are hitting both sticks relatively at the same time. Okay? So it needs to be, it looks like they both hit at the same time, but one hits just before, so you get a, yeah? So that's a very, very open flam.
Yeah, yeah.
But you want it to sound like it's almost shut, so.
Okay.
And it's really good to practice in the hi-hat, because when you're on the snare, you can't really hear where the 2 hits are. Whereas, right, on here you can hear the 2 definite hits. So the way to do it, I'll start you off, it's much easier if you're right-handed, aren't you? So we're going to start your right hand low, so you just think about your starting position, your right hand low, your left hand higher, and just drop them about the same speed. Yeah?
Okay.
Do you want to give that a quick try? Just grab another pair of sticks. That's it, so start with your right hand lower, that's it. There you go. Try and relax your elbows so they're not out with it. That's it, so right, have you got my sticks here? So right hand lower. What to try and do, try and just do 2 hits to start with, so. Now just try and bring those 2 hits closer. There you go. Think about your wrists. Think about it as if you've got your hands out with you, somebody's pulled strings on your wrists. There you go. There you go. Cool. So I'll just quickly show you this in the fill. This fill is a good one for beginners because it uses the bass drum, where most beginners just do the, like the one we did last week, the right around the toms.
Yeah.
Where this one, it puts the bass drum in, so it gets your, it makes your fill sound much better.
Yeah.
The same with the flam, instead of just going, you get a bigger, better sound.
fuller,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. So this fill goes. So it's counted 1 and 2 and. So it's flam and 2 and 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So these are 8th notes, 1 and 2 and and these are back to the 16th notes we did last week.
Okay.
Okay, so it's. So before we go back into the beat, just try the fill because it's quite hard to go back into that beat. That's good.
Can I move that?
Yeah, sure. Remember, you can move anything to make it comfortable for it. And the right can come out a bit as well if you like. There you go.
Yeah.
Remember, right
Just
hand low.
Take it slow.
Cool. So just try it one more time for me. Count it out whilst you're playing it. So you don't have to say the number. See if you say flam and da 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 da. You're still doing the same as counting. Right. Now if you go back into this beat, because remember our first beat was just a bass drum on its own.
Yeah.
But now your first beat, because when you crash the cymbal, that's the 1. So you're already playing that. So what you have to do is just jump up quickly. So I'll just quickly show you. It's a thing to practice. So you're going. Maybe count that, so 40 and a 1. So it's quite difficult to get from there to there. But you'll feel when you do it right. That's the thing with drums, when you do something right, you feel it, and you know it's right, and then you go back to it and do it again. There you go, first time.
Why was so the kick on the...
So kick and crash. Yeah? So that's your 1 now, so you're 1 and 2.
Yeah, okay.
So try the fill, and then go into the beat. Remember, right hand low first. That's alright. That was great. The one thing which will make this sound better is think about your weighting again.
Right. Yeah.
So if you open up your flam a little bit, so quite close, so if you get clap, clap, there we're good. So we want the flam kick to be really loud.
Yeah.
Now make these really quiet, so we're going da doom da doom doom. Okay. And then you can have a big crash back on the 1.
Okay.
Yeah, try that. See, it's hard to go from loud to, so maybe bring that down just a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go. Just count that through a couple times for me. There you go.
Going back into a different beat.
Well, do it from last week's beat, because that'll be a bit easier to go into. Try that.
Okay. The other one, okay.
So, for next week, practice the different bass drum patterns on that thing.
On
So
the...
remember the and 3 and the 3 and.
Yep.
Yeah? And practice your flams. So the one thing you can do, once you've got your 1 flam down, so you're going like this, you try it the other way. So now instead of having your right, this is a lot harder. Instead of having your right stick low, have your left stick low, right? So this can be your thing for next week. So you should be able to go from hand to hand. So the first thing to start doing is just do straight on the left stick low. Yeah? And then... Okay, cool. So that's what we got to do for next week.
Alright, thanks
Cool.
a lot.
Next one.
Thanks, cool.